welcome back to Chef Shaw's Kitchen, and today's menu I'll be doing plantain tarts. And here I have 2 ripe plantains for my plantain tart, and these plantains are overly ripe. And I have 3 cups of flour. I'm gonna make about half a dozen tarts. So I have 3 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of butter. This is salted butter. I have some vanilla here for flavoring, and some sugar, some coloring, and cold water. So I'm gonna mix my flour with my butter. I'm gonna get the butter into the flour. This is the same procedure as we would be making the gizzarda. So we're just gonna rub the butter into the flour. Get your butter right into the flour before you add your water to the flour. And as I said before, it's the salted butter, so you don't need to add salt to the dough. Now my dough is ready, so I'm just gonna put this aside for a minute, and I'm gonna peel my plantains, and I'm gonna boil my plantain, not for too long. So I have a little water in my pan. So I'm gonna boil this with some coloring and sugar and the vanilla for flavor. So this is gonna be the filling. So I'm just gonna let this boil. Then I add my sugar, my coloring, and my vanilla. So when this boil, I'm just gonna crush my plantains. So I'm just gonna leave this to boil. So this is gonna take up maybe about 5 minutes. I'm crushing my plantain now. Soft. Get my plantain crushed. And I have a little coloring. And I'm using the red coloring. You can use whatever color you like, but I'm using the red today. It's just to change the color of the plantain. I think it is best to use coloring on your plantain for the filling. And I'm adding a tablespoon of vanilla. So if you notice, there's no water in my plantain. So I'm gonna turn off the flame. I'm gonna add my sugar. Just to sweeten to taste. You don't want it too sweet because the plantain is already sweet. So just a little sugar to it. I'm gonna let this rest, and I'm gonna get my dough ready now. So my countertop is clean, sanitized, and I'm gonna roll my dough. And you don't want it too thick or too thin. So this may be about 2 to 3 millimeters thick. So this is like making patties. My dough. And I'm just gonna show you, see the thickness? And I'm gonna add the filling now. And then you add a little water to the edges to let it stick better. And you can make your tarts much bigger than this if you want, or even smaller. So this is a perfect tart. I use my fork to just crimp the edges. Sheet. This will happen sometimes if you're not careful. If you have too much filling inside, but don't worry. just gonna put some holes in my tarts. And these are very good for snacks. Have a snack. So I'm gonna place this in my preheated oven, and I'm gonna bake these at 230 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, I have removed my plantain tarts from the oven, and these are my finished plantain tarts. And I use the self-rising flour. This is the self-rising flour, so I didn't put any baking powder in it, just the butter. And if you notice, they're rising. Here is my finished plantain tarts. And these are good snacks for the children. So when you do this at home, do it Chef Shaw's way, and don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and share. See you next week.